welcome to episode number 11 of Sadhana World Foundation. As you all know that we are on a mission to craft young lives by imparting them moral values and helping them strengthen the moral compass. Every week we present stories from history, lessons or folk tales so that you could use them in your conversations with the young people around you and help them strengthen their moral compass. In the past weeks, we have talked about moral values like discipline, working hard, freedom, and so on. Today, we are going to talk about kindness. All of us practice kindness in our lives, isn't it? We all understand that kindness is about generosity, is about helping someone. But the question is that how consistent we are in performing these acts of kindness, how consistent we are in being kind. I think one aspect that all of us have to keep in mind that while we perform an act of kindness, do we expect anything in return? The true sense of being kind is not to expect anything in return. It's a selfless service that you provide to somebody who's in need for your help. 14th Dalai Lama has said that be kind whenever possible, and it is always possible. What he means is that if you keep your eyes and ears open to the events which are happening around you, you will discover opportunities, you will discover situations where somebody is looking for our help. And you would be able to provide that help. When we provide the help, the giver of kindness doesn't become rich and the receiver of kindness doesn't become poor. It's just a transaction which happens without anything in return. Imagine you are standing in a queue in a supermarket, you have finished your shopping, you are waiting for the billing. Somebody who is standing behind you requests you that, hey, you seem to be having a lot of items in your cart and I am in a hurry, I have just 2 items to bill. Can you let me bill before you? You would have encountered this situation multiple times, isn't it? How many of us let the other person go ahead of us and do the billing? My guess is less than 50%. To do the billing of 2 items, it just takes 2 minutes. Are we in such a big hurry that we can't let 2 minutes of our lives be sacrificed or compromised or be given as a gift to that person to come ahead of us? That's an act of kindness. We don't get anything in return. Possibly mental peace, happiness, that's it. So if we really keep our eyes and ears open, we will find those situations. And the point is not to expect anything in return. Many times in our lives, we encounter situations where there are conflicting situations, conflicting pressures. So there is, for example, there is a deadline to meet, you are on some project, some work which needs to be finished by a certain point of time. That time somebody approaches you for help. Do you provide the help? How do you provide the help? If you do that, then you miss the other thing which may be more important to you. So then comes the question of the moral compass, which decides how to be kind and how much to be kind while you are disciplined in terms of finishing your work on time. So there is no silver bullet or there is no one answer to say that, hey, kindness comes before discipline. Not really. But it is the question of how do you approach the situation? How do you respond to such a situation? That's the real moral compass that we are talking about. Let me recount a story from the great epic Ramayana. You know, there was the fight or the war between the army of Lord Ram and the army of the king Ravan, and there was a fight, and Ravan got killed, and then Ram frees Sita and establishes the kingdom of peace, harmony, and all the virtues in Lanka. Right? So when the war gets over, Hanuman, the devotee of Lord Ram and Sita, reaches Sita and breaks the news that she is free now, Ravan has been killed, and now she could go back to Ayodhya with Lord Ram. Sita is very happy and says that, hey, Hanuman, you have been such a trusted, such a responsible person, support to my husband Ram in this whole process, and you have come to communicate this message to me, deliver this message to me. I am very happy. You asked for something, if I would like to fulfill your wish. Hanuman says that Goddess Sita, please allow me to kill your security people, the people who are guarding you, who have inflicted so much of pain and suffering on you during all these months that you have been in this prison. Sita says, no, we cannot allow that to happen. They were simply doing their job. They surely inflicted a lot of pain on me, suffering on me. They brought a lot of sorrows to me. However, I cannot be rude to them because they were just simply doing their job. They were not doing it out of their own volition. They were asked to do it and they were doing it. So here is an example from the epic. This teaches us that when there is a conflicting pressure, how you respond to the situation. On one hand, Sita is naturally expected to be angry, to be upset on those security guards or the demons or the demonesses who were guarding her. On the other hand, she is thinking to be kind. Many people would look at all those security people as the adversaries, and having the opportunity to eliminate them, would like to eliminate them as an act of vengeance, isn't it? But it teaches us that how you can become kind even to your enemy, even to your adversary. That's the point. If you really look into all various religious texts, let's think of what Prophet Muhammad said. He said, Allah is not going to be kind to the people who are not kind to the others. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, possibly one of the world's most followed texts or classics, in various parts of the text talks about how important it is to be kind. In fact, the text talks about some 26 qualities that ideally a person should have, and one of them is kindness. Similarly, it says that if a person is not envious of others, a person is kind to others, is very dear to the God, to the Lord. Similarly, if we talk about the International Organization of Scouts and Guides, where millions of boys and girls around the world follow the principles, the beliefs of scouting, there are 12 laws that a Boy Scout or a Girl Guide is expected to follow. One of those laws is kindness. We are told as young children to be kind. We are explained that to be kind elevates us, empowers us to much greater power, that we are able to help somebody. And at the same breath, we are explained that the giver of kindness doesn't become richer and the receiver of kindness doesn't become poorer, doesn't become weaker. It is simply a state of mind that one has to be kind to others. Kind in deed and kind in words. Kindness is not only in the action that you take, kindness is also in the words that you use. I hope you will be able to use the content of today's episode in discussing the act of kindness among the young children around you. I look forward to the future conversations. Thank you very much.